what we do not want to see is an incident treated in isolation, because then that somewhere does not convey the right picture. The fact is that we have had an ongoing problem with Canada and the Canadian government for some years now. And the ongoing problem really revolves around the permissiveness in regard to terrorism, extremism and violence. And this permissiveness is also reflected in the fact that some important extradition requests have not been responded to from their side, in the fact that there are individuals and organizations who are clearly involved with violence and illegal activities in India, who themselves declared it. I mean, it is not a secret. And that they continue to carry on with their activities in Canada. And most important, the fact that our diplomatic missions and our diplomatic personnel have been consistently and continuously intimidated in Canada, to a point where today it is not safe for them really to carry on with their work. I mean, obviously the fact that we've had to temporarily suspend our visa operations, I mean, it is not something we would have liked to do. It is just that they have made it very difficult for us to operate those services, because our personnel are today insecure. We are a democracy. We don't need to learn from other people what freedom of speech is about. But we can tell people this: we don't think freedom of speech extends to incitement to violence. You know, that to us is misuse of freedom. It's not a defense of freedom. And I always ask people one question: how would you react if you were in my shoes? If it was your diplomats, your embassies, your people, what would be your reaction? There is today a climate of violence, an atmosphere of intimidation, activities. I mean, just think about it. We've had, smoke bombs thrown at the mission. We've had our consulates, violence in front of them. Individuals have been targeted and intimidated. There are posters put up about people. So tell me, do you consider this normal? I mean, for a moment, okay, this is about us. If this had happened to any other country, how would they react to it? I think it's a reasonable question to ask. Let's not normalize what is happening in Canada. What is happening in Canada, had it happened anywhere else, do you think the world would have taken it with equanimity? If it had happened to any other country, would they have taken it, so calmly? So I think, it's necessary to call out what is happening there. And our point is this: look, there may be an individual incident. Yes, if there is an incident and there is an investigation and there are allegations, there are processes involved in it. I mean, nobody is disputing that. Our issue is to somehow say that what else is happening is par for the course. That, it's quite okay for freedom, because there's freedom of speech, to make threats and intimidate diplomats. I don't think that's acceptable. My understanding is the word used by the Canadians is allegation. So, you used a different word. I think the word they used was allegation. So, I've already, I think, answered it starting with Lalit, which is, we've always said that, look, if there is information, let us know. So, our doors, I want to make one thing very clear. It's not that our doors are shut to looking at something. If there is a requirement for us to look at something, we are open to looking at it. But, I then expect somewhere some pointer, something for me to look at. नहीं देखिए, जो एक तो जो सिख कम्युनिटी जो है, अगर उनके आप ही खुद जानते हैं कि पिछले 10 साल में उनके जो मुद्दे जो हैं, उनके विषय आप जानते हैं कि पहले वो ब्लैक लिस्ट की चर्चा होती थी, और बहुत सारे लोग थे जिनको लगता था कि वो खुद अपने देश जा नहीं पा रहे। अब उनके इतने सारे मुद्दे जो हैं, कुछ जो हैं कौम के मुद्दे हैं, कुछ व्यक्तिगत मुद्दे हैं, तो उन पे मोदी सरकार ने जितना समय बिताया है, जितना ध्यान दिया है, जितना उसके जो अलग अलग सुझाव निकाले हैं, आप भी जानते हैं, मैं भी जानता हूँ। अब जो हुआ है और अभी जो चर्चा जो हो रही है, ये जो है मैं नहीं मानता कि एक किस्म से पूरे कम्युनिटी के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव इश्यूज़ हैं। ये जो अभी जो आतंकवाद की बात करते हैं, जो अलगावादी लोग जो हैं, जो हिंसा माने जिनके तर्कों में ये हिंसा की बात आती है, तो मुझे लगता है कि ये बहुत एक माने छोटी सी माइनॉरिटी है, और उनके लिए जो है, जो हमारी सरकार, जो यहाँ की सरकार, कनाडा की सरकार, उनको माने एक किस्म से निष्पक्ष तरीके से देखना चाहिए, और जो उनका जो रिस्पांस होगा वो होगा। तो आप इसको नहीं लीजिए कि ये कहीं एक पूरे कम्युनिटी का विषय, वो उसको माने गलत तरीके से एक किस्म से आप पेश कर रहे हैं।